Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing My Misfortune Aurora, and I think this is a really interesting ramp deck that tries to win the game in the late by playing out the Aurora gear, which allows you to show off the top card of your deck till it's a character, and you are allowed to play it for free at the end of your turn. So this is really strong, especially if you have characters like this in your deck. And I think most of the cards in this deck cost like 6 or 8 to 12. So this hand is really good. We are trying to ramp, and the first thing we will do here is to stack our deck. Taking a card into our hand, I will probably take the Dazzling Aurora into my hand because this is the key combo card we need here. And I think we want to draw the Catalyst of Aeon later on, so we can ramp again. So we can ramp 2 turns, to 2 turns straight away. So as you can see, my opponent isn't playing anything out, so this is really good for us. I'm playing out my ramp card, and in the next turn I will try to ramp again. What I could do here is also play out the Misfortune, but I won't do that. I will just go for ramping. Ramp. I could have played a character here. I think it wouldn't have been bad, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to recycle runes, and I want to play out my Aurora next turn. I could have probably done it, but I don't. I think ramping is the much better play here. Now what I will do is just play out the Aurora, because we're playing against green, and green has a lot of combat tricks, and we don't want to run into that, so we're just playing out the Aurora and hoping for a good top deck. And here we go. The cards are getting played out, and the first card is Snapvine, which I will try instantly to remove that Fiora. As I mentioned, it's a free card, so I don't really care if he has combat tricks now, because this gear will stay there till the end of the game if he doesn't remove it. As you can see, the combat trick came, and I will probably get my Snapvine removed here by his Fiora. And he's also playing out his Shen, which allows him to hold the battlefield for this turn. So as you can see, he's on 2 points, which is not that bad for us. As you can see, I also can't really respond to that. I will just go and wait for my opponent to pass turn here. And yeah, as I mentioned, I think this card is, in particular in this color combination where we have so many good cards, is really strong. Here you can see again, I will try to play out my Snapvine and try to remove his Shen. Or I will just try to enter the battlefield instantly with my Predator. Because my opponent played Zonias, I will try to remove the Poro first. My opponent will stun my character, and yeah, his Shen is moving onto the left side, which is a battlefield of mine, and in this battlefield you can't go back to your base. So these characters that are in there and don't really have any moves like ganking or something like this won't come back from there. So this is like a really good thing I can do here. I'm not really sure why I did that. I should have probably just killed the Poro first, so the Zonias will be triggered again. and now my Snapvine got removed. So this was like a bad play from my side, but I'm just like, as I mentioned, just keep testing the decks. And here we have the Mind Splitter, one of my favorite cards, which allows you to look at the hand of your opponent and just discard one card. And as you can see, he also has a big dragon in his hand, and we will try to remove that instantly. The Solar Chief and Discipline are also two things I could add on, but we can play around them, and we'll try to play around them later on. So this one gets removed. My opponent will probably go to 5 right now, and we'll see how this one goes. This will be a very interesting game. As I mentioned, we are going to the late. We're trying to occupy the board in the late game. As you can see, we also have enough runes to play out the character next turn just from our hand. I also know my opponent still has this Discipline in his deck, so I'm thinking about just removing his Shen here for this turn. But I think characters like Deadbloom character are so good. Especially if you have Misfortune out. Later on with those pick characters, I can play them out instantly and like make them ready again. Also, you have Misfortune as the legend that just allows you to give a character ganking, which is also really good. So I'm occupying first of all the left side, this left battlefield. Now I'm thinking about how should I turn this game into mine. So I'll probably play out Misfortune here. Play out Snapvine. Remove his Shen in preparing to conquer this side in the next turn. I know he has Discipline in his hand, so I'm just like, as I mentioned before, playing around it. So I will just give him the Snapvine and I will just remove his Shen on this side. Because I think Shen, while defending, would be a really big problem for us. As you can see, I could give up one of my characters ganking, and here we go again. Another Snapvine was dropped, and I think this is one of the best top decks we can get right now. Because now I wanted to see what my opponent has in his grave. So we'll just play out the Snapvine again, remove this character so he can't come to 6 next turn. Yeah. Now he can't try to attack the left side, because he has to like conquer first or to the right side, and then maybe somehow with ganking remove my battlefield on the my conquered battlefield on the left side. I think I never played against Leona, and I think this card is like I'm underestimated this deck a lot, to be honest. So opponent didn't play a lot here, and he didn't put his Leona in there, so I'll just try to conquer this now. I will try to play out my field as much as I can. Just enter here, make him ready, play him out on the right side of my battlefield. And from here on I will just try to defend both of my battlefields. But we will see how tricky that is against Leona. Leona's ability to stun and to remove my threats is really good. But as I'm lucky enough, I get the Mind Splitter and I'm able to remove another card on his hand. And I will probably remove the Zenith Blade here, just to be sure that I don't get stunned again. As I know, through the Radiant Dawn of Leona's effect, she's allowed to buff her friendly units when I am getting stunned. As you can see, I'm just trying to win this game right now, just by playing out my characters into the base. But the thing here is, I'm like a bit scared about that Leona. And I probably should have played that Predator outside of my 2 battlefields, so I can conquer later on. As you can see, another Soul Gorger. I will just play him out into my base, active his account, and play another Snapvine. As you can see, this deck is really strong, and coming back from here is really hard. But my opponent has a really good answer for those 2 battlefields and will be able to even conquer one, which is really amazing. This character allows him to stun one of my units. Now when those 2 both Leonas are going in, they will also allow to stun an enemy unit through the Termite Leona, because she's attacking, and when she's attacking she is allowed to stun one character. Also the Solar Chief can stun another unit. And as you can see, this is a big problem now for me, and that's why we have Misfortune as our legend, because she allows me to take those characters on the left side, those units on the left side, and gank with them to the right battlefield. And that's what I will do next turn to secure victory here. As you can see, 3 characters stunned, my board is cleared, the right side of the battlefield is cleared, and now we have to go and look how we will do the rest. I'm just doing 5 damage, so I will just be able to remove 1 Leona, which is not that bad because that Leona is really strong and stuns me, so 1 problem less we have here. Now we will probably just give my biggest character ganking and move to the right side with the Soul Gorger in my base. As you can see, I will just move them both onto this side, and yeah. Now he gives another display, so all units will be destroyed here, which is a bit sad for us. But he had also a lot of luck by drawing this discipline, although I removed most of his characters and most of his units from his hand. So I'll just try to draw a bit more, and I don't know if this is the right choice to do here, because by drawing here I'm drawing a lot of characters again, and I actually don't want to draw the characters right now because I have them in my hand. So as you can see, I'm drawing an Evia here, which could have been played outside, and I will just probably end my turn here. and see what we get through the... I will play another one for sure, just to see what I draw again. It doesn't really matter, but I think it would have been better if I just wouldn't have drawn here. As you can see, another Mind Splitter, and again I'm removing the last card in his hand, which is so amazing. I love this combination, and it's Sonia's Glass, so this was a good idea to do that. And now it's really hard for my opponent to win here, and I think that's it. So what do you think about this card? I think it's really strong, and see you guys soon. Bye.